All right. All right. All right. Well, hello. We're at the next four chapters of On Time, A Princely Life in Funk. Folks, I am still learning new information about Prince from some of my subscribers. Several of you love Prince. Okay. Um, he had, a lot of songs that I uh, liked. Um, but I think I told you guys already, I kind of like the time a little bit better. Okay. Don't lambast me again today. All right. So, um, okay, there we go. So, anyway, chapters, what, 20 through 24. Okay. We have a few people here. Don't forget, folks, go back, hit the like button. Um, and one thing I like about reading these books, if you're my age or maybe just a little bit younger, it's sort of nostalgic. It takes you back, and you're thinking, well, okay, that time I was in college, during that time I was in high school, so you start to think about, things, that were going on in your life at the time. So it's just, you know, it's very nostalgic. So if you're a nostalgic person like I am, um, I'm telling you, I just, it's amazing. All right. So anyway, um, chapter 20 starts out with, oh, how you doing, Jermaine, Jamal, Riska? You made it. What's up, girl? Um, so, and some of you think back now. This is during the 90s. Morris is talking about, hard times. Um, at that time, remember they weren't really doing anything. People were off doing their own thing. Prince was wishy-washy. He'll talk to you one day, and then a year or two go by, you won't hear anything from him. So Mars, this chapter he was talking about how he met up with. He was at a club performing, and the rapper Nelly's manager was in that club and was like, "I can get you a record deal." So Mars was excited, like, "Yeah, okay, that's what I need." Because at this time, him and his wife were struggling financially. So at that time, during that time, New Jack Swing was popular. So here he mentions, of course, at that during that time, Teddy Riley was hot. Remember, he's from the group Guy. And Teddy Riley was producing a lot of people because New Jack Swing was in. He even mentions, I didn't know this, that Teddy Riley even helped Michael Jackson with Dangerous. So again, uh, Teddy Riley was hot at that time. So then he was able to get a record deal. He released an album called Guaranteed. It wasn't a success. So he started feeling bad. I guess a little depression going on. Um, so again, he was struggling. And he said he wanted to reach out to Prince, but again, Prince, like most geniuses, it's like night and day. So, he just said he, struggled through. He said at this time, that's when him and his wife started having problems. So he was saying because he felt less than a man because he wasn't able to, work and bring in money and provide. So then he started becoming a womanizer. So it's sad. He said here, he lost, him and his wife lost their home, and he had to move in to a one-bedroom apartment with his sister. He had to move in with his sister. He's sleeping on the floor. So his wife went to college, and she went to, where was it? She went to Pierce College, and then she transferred to UCLA as a graduate student. So because by that time they had two children. So he said, at least at that time, you know, by her being a student, getting that housing, she was there with their two kids. And he said, one thing, he said about her, she, yeah, even though, he was doing his, out there doing his thing, she never badmouthed him to the kids. She never tried to keep him from seeing his kids. So he, he mentions that. So he was saying, he knew he was wrong. Um, so then he said that, again, he's just trying to do the best he could. And then Prince, he got a call. So again, like I said, Prince was just like, up and down. And he talks about Prince during this time. What was it? The musicology tour. Prince was like, you know what? I think it would be a good idea for you and the time to get together and open for me. Now, remember, we talked about, the things that happened before in the past. And he said that, you know, um, he was like, oh, yeah, yeah. So Prince had all these tour dates scheduled. And this during this time, he said he was getting his band together because, again, he was dealing with some depression. I think this was like around 1997. And he said that he talked to her about his wife when she finished up. She must have been pretty smart at UCLA. She passed her LSAT exam to go to law school. And then he said here that his wife, I didn't know this. Now they're divorced now, but he said that she made toffee, butter toffee for her friends and family. And then they were like, this is so good. You need to, hey, how you doing, Rhonda? You need to make some and sell it. And so that's what she did. Okay. Um, she also taught, so then him and his wife, by them having problems, his wife kept saying, look, we need to go to counseling. He didn't want to go, but, she kept on him. And so they did go. And it's just sad here when he said, their home was foreclosed. That he went through some hard times. Okay. All right. So anyway, he talks about how, he couldn't pay his bills. And he talks about, where are we at 2000? Those of you who are Prince fans know about the song 1999. So he talks about Prince was having this big party at his home. And, 1999, I think it was what, yeah, at Prince's home. Said that, everyone's having a good time. And, Prince was, like I said, Prince was very hot and cold, but he was all right. And he talks about what happened at 1999, New Year's Eve 2000. He says that they had a good time, and Prince he was good. Okay. Um, he also talks about at this time. Do you guys remember? Now the Prince fans remember. Prince was with Warner Brothers, and now Morris Day says that Prince was, producing so many songs. Warner Brothers didn't want him releasing all the songs, and then so he didn't really have control over his music. So do you guys remember when Prince changed his name and he just became a symbol? And then he had that sign, he had the word slave on his face because he was contractually, he was trying to get out of contract with Warner Brothers. Okay, so that's what was going on at that time. So he talks about also during this time. So Prince, do you guys remember Larry Graham? I think he was like a one-hit wonder. He had a hit song, "One in a million, chance of a lifetime. You can look it up. So he says here that Larry Graham introduced. How you doing, LaShawn? All right. He said that Larry Graham introduced Prince to the religion of Jehovah Witness, and he said that when they were at when he and the time were at Prince's house, they all thought they were going to be there. Oh, you remember that, Reese? Good. And so Prince was like, now, you can't eat if you're here. You can't eat any meat. You can't drink any booze. But you guys know Prince wasn't about drugs and alcohol. He didn't want any of that crap around him. But anyway, so they're thinking. So Mars Day was like, this totally hit him just like from left field. He said that Prince was like, well, I want all you guys to come. We're all going in this room. Prince kept him there for hours. Guess what he was talking about? The Jehovah Witness religion. Morris Day said he was like, and they were all just like, and it was Prince, so you couldn't say, man, I don't want to hear that. This is Prince, so he could sit there and talk until the rapture. That's Prince. You're gonna sit there and, hi, how you doing, Janice? He doesn't. Reese. He doesn't mention that, but I heard that as well. But he said that Prince kept them there for hours, and just talking about the Jehovah Witness religion, and they were all sitting there looking at him like, okay. So then he said, finally, Prince took a break. You see, Morris said he thinks he had to go to the bathroom. He doesn't know. So Morris and one of his bandmates, what's his name, had some cognac. What's his name? Let me get it here. Tori had a little flask of cognac, and Tori asked Morris if he could get a sip, so he gave it to him. Well, Prince comes back. He jumps on it again. And so Prince is a control freak. So now that he's a Jehovah's Witness, he wants everybody around him to be a Jehovah's Witness. So Morris was just like, yeah, they sat there, and he sat there, the time sat there. They were all just like, really? Okay. So he said they didn't know what to think. From Prince had never talked to them about religion. Also, he mentions, you guys remember Prince did get married to a Métier Garcia. And remember Prince is talking to him as he's talking. And Prince was like, yeah, those were some tough times, keep going, don't talk about that. So he mentions that. We know Prince was married briefly, and I think they had a child, and the child died. And we really didn't hear much about it. We know how secretive and private that he was. So he talks about how strange it was that as an adult, Prince became a Jehovah's Witness. Michael Jackson, I don't know if you guys knew this, Michael Jackson was a Jehovah's Witness until he was 29 years old, because his mother, Catherine, was a Jehovah's Witness. So he talks about that. He said he kept his beliefs until 1987, and that's when he changed. Okay, and Prince was, how old was he? He was 29 years old? No, Michael Jackson was 29 when he stopped being a Jehovah's Witness. Prince was 39 when he accepted the beliefs. Okay, so yeah, just really strange. He also mentions here about Prince's father. Do you guys remember this? Hey, how you doing, Tina and Big Daddy? Do you guys remember this when Prince's father lived in one of Prince's houses, and then after he died, Prince had the house bulldozed over. So in here, Morris was like, what was the point of that? Why did you do that? And Prince just said, why not? Oh God, who knows? All right, so chapter 23, so that was 22. Chapter 23, now remember, there's Morris Day, the real person. His alter ego is MD. So this chapter, Morris is talking to his alter ego, MD. Remember the stage persona, the cool guy. So 2003, his marriage is in shambles again. So he's out womanizing again. And he's just talking about how he's trying to, he wants to get his career back on track. Um, just how he was just out there, all right, just doing whatever, struggling, obviously not um, making the money that he wanted to. And so just, kind of struggling. Um, he also talks about, what is it? There was a little movie. What was it? It's About Time. It was a Hollywood release called About Time, and he was going to have a little part in that. And Reese Cup said said Michael used to talk to Prince about the. Yeah, that's what I heard too, Reese. I did hear that. Even though people said they were like these rivals, I don't think that that's how it really was. And so he said that. Um, Now this is MD talking. He was like, yeah, I want to be a big star. Well, this little, what was the name of it? In My Ride, he rapped on In My Ride, a single that made some noise. He said, but it wasn't really a big hit. So again, he's trying to get himself together. Now, he and Prince are friends, but remember, I've been telling you throughout the entire book review, Prince will be your friend, and then, Prince is off in left field somewhere, like, whatever, forget you. So he talks about musicology again. At that time, what was that, 2004? Lil Jon was hot. He said that Prince said you should work with him, but he never materialized. He said he didn't know why. Um, Now, this is what I was mentioning to you earlier. For the musicology tour, Prince had there were over 40 venues. Now, folks, now we know this was shady. So, but that's what geniuses do. We just have to live with it. So when Prince signed them on for that tour, so Morris was able to get the time together, and of course everybody's happy. Yeah, we're gonna make some money. So they did a few tours. Then Prince was like, "No, I don't need you. We're good." Prince would do a concert or two. The audience numbers would start dropping because they really wanted to see the time as well. Then Prince would call them back to meet them in another city. So crazy, crazy stuff. I'm like, wow. So this was um 2004 when this was going on. So, woo. So he was like, you know, they didn't understand it, but again, it was Prince. And you really couldn't question him a lot. Even if you did question him, he wasn't going to give you an answer. So, and Prince, now in this chapter, Prince is talking to Morris. Well, musicology helped to re-expose you guys to the Prince fan base. So, like, Prince is in his own world, folks. I'm just saying. Morris Day was just like, really, why we could have been on all 40 tour, dates. So in this book again, Morris, him, the time, they said they never really asked, why? Because with Prince, he would just look at you and just walk away and he wouldn't tell you anyway. So he said, um, that they just took the crumbs that they could get. And he said that they just, it was, they said, he said that they tore the roof off the place. And then when Prince came out, he tore off the other half of the roof. So, um, they took what they could get. He said he was at the end of the tour, he was feeling good. It never sounded better, but he was just angry. Mars, well, no, I don't know. If he doesn't in here. He doesn't say he's angry, but you can tell he feels some kind of way. He just says, why couldn't we work all 40 days? Okay. He said he didn't complain. It was Prince. He didn't complain. And then he said Prince contacted him. So after the concert was over and everything, Prince contacted him saying he wanted to get something new together. Okay. Morris didn't know what that was. He said he landed in Minneapolis, went over to Paisley. This time, Prince was not playing any games because remember, sometimes Prince would have you come over and you just sitting there for God knows how long. He's off. God knows where he is. So anyway, he said he went over to Paisley Park, Prince's home, and he said Prince was smiling and giving him big compliments on the reviews that the musicology tour got. He said talked about how well the time had done and with them hooking up again, and they said, hey, let's hear some new tracks. And so Morris is thinking, you know, okay, if Prince wants me to work with him again, this is going to be some new music for the time. But he ends the chapter. We were back in business, or were we? Folks, when you're dealing with, again, he was a musical genius. Go back, do your history. I'm a big history buff. All of the geniuses in history, they were nuts. All right. And they had a lot of quirky behaviors that most of us are like, really? What is wrong with you? Um, So that's just where we are. Like I said, folks, this book is not long. One more setting and one more live chat, and we're done with this book. Oh, I know what I meant to mention. Yesterday, Whitney Houston was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yay! So I did some reading on that, and her now everything is virtual. Her mother, Sissy, who's like 87, 88 years old, she's really old. I think she has dementia too. She and then Whitney's sister-in-law, Pat Houston, they accepted it. And Pat said that Whitney, before she died, she said that, oh, Reese Cup, I knew you would want to hear that. Um, she said, Whitney said, I have everything, but I love to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And those of you, you saw it, Janice. Yes, yes, yes. And she said that her mother said, I'm just so happy and I don't want to say anything else or I'll cry. So I'm happy about that. And again, Reese Cup, you weren't here when we had the live chat. Do you know that I Will Always Love You, the official music video, hit over 1 billion views on YouTube? So she's still breaking records, and she just had another album to hit platinum status. So she's been dead now, what, 8 years? And she is still breaking records. She is still receiving awards and inductions. So that, kudos to her. Um, Janice said her mom looked really good. Reese Cup, yes. So I was pleased with that, and I did not know until, like I said, I did the reading this morning. I mean, I knew yesterday she was inducted, but the words that I read from her sister-in-law, I didn't know that Whitney, that was so important to her. I mean, look at all the awards she had won. I mean, she had won what? All kinds of American Music Awards, Grammys, BET Awards, Soul Train Award, but I did not know that that was so important to her. Does anyone else have any questions about Prince all the time? Yeah, one more. Now next week, I know that we were supposed this today. We were supposed to do our money management tips. Don't worry, I still have that for you. Some other subscribers had some things to do. They said that next Sunday would be best. So advertise that, folks, to your um, family members, friends. Uh, Reese Cup, you got to check that out. I think you missed our live chat on home buying do's and don'ts. And so the rates, folks, are at an all-time low. And the Feds met last week. They did not raise the rates, so they're trying to keep the economy from just completely, slowing down. Um, so those of you in the market for a home, now is the perfect time. If your credit, is where it needs to be. And those are some of the topics that I'll be talking about next week. I'm going to be talking about money management, your credits, your FICO score, investments. I think so. One of you were asking me about that. Janice, she deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Yes, Janice, her voice was awesome. Loves her. Yes, and Janice, that's in our, that's in our age group. So we grew up listening to Whitney. Reese Cup said that's important to a lot of artists. Not many people are inducted, and it's actually not. I mean, Reese, and I did not know that was so important to Whitney. I was like, wow. So I'm glad. I'm sure she's looking down. She may not be here in body, but she's here in spirit, and so at least she's aware of it, and that makes me happy. If you look at all of the, turmoil she endured while she was here on earth, I think that's great. All right. Um, so the money management tips that I have to discuss with you, there are so many. We're probably going to have to do that in two live chats because I don't want to have you on more than an hour. Okay. But I have a lot of information. I've done my research. I have it right here in my desk. And just be thinking about, particularly those of you, who are working, and if you're in my age group, hopefully, you have some investments, you have maybe some mutual funds, stocks, bonds, what have you. So we'll be talking about all of those topics, or anything else that you want me to cover, because it's going to take about two live chats. Hey, Thomas, how you doing? All right. Um, so keep that in mind. Think about some of the issues that you personally, want to improve on. We know the election is over. Oh, good, Thomas, working on good. We know the election is over, so time to get to work, folks. Um, so let's see, how the new administration is going to, handle things financially. I hope that we can. How you doing, Teresa? Ray, how you doing? I hope that Miss Ray. We were just talking. I talked to some other subscribers, and some people were busy today. So our money management live chat we're going to do next Sunday. I know you're just signing on. Okay, Jamal, take care, sweetie. I'll see you next Sunday. uh, Miss Ray. So we're going to have to do it in two settings because it's a lot of information, and I don't want to rush through it. I want everyone to um, get the information that they need, and hopefully, it can help you all. And you guys let me know because I've spoken to some of you already. Some people were wanting to have a Google Meet or a Zoom meeting, just talking, all right, about just whatever. One channel subscriber. No, 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 you didn't miss it, Miss Ray. You're good. Yeah, that's right, Reese. We have to stay on their necks. You didn't miss it. But I want as many people watching as possible, Miss Ray, Miss Henry, and her children, because she's trying to get her kids on the right path. And so, you guys, that know people that have children in their 20s, they really need to watch this, okay? 20s and 30s, because they need to start saving and investing now. I have a coworker, his daughter works at our school as well, and she's only 22, 23. She's already buying a home, folks. She'll have that paid off before she's retired. So, if you look at that and you look at some people, they wait till they get older to purchase a home. And who wants to be making a mortgage payment and you're retired, living off of Social Security and your retirement? So we have to figure out. I mean, there is a system in place. We just have those of us who know some of how that system operates. We have to share that with people so everyone's aware of it. And I'm telling everyone now that will listen, you know, this is the time. If you want to purchase a home, you cannot. The supply can't even meet the demand so far as homes are concerned. I'm on the computer every day looking. A house goes on the market. Yeah, Thomas, you notice, yeah. Um, a house goes on the market, boom, the next day it's under contract. You can't even, I mean, you can't even buy a home now. Just, I mean, it's just, you can't find one. They stay on the market 1 day or less. I've never seen houses. They're selling like pancakes. So just be thinking about that. Sooner rather than later is the issue. And again, we don't have to buy the biggest. We just have to buy what our pocketbook can afford. And, you know, take that, work on what you do buy room by room instead of taking out loans. Look at what's going on now, folks. We're in a pandemic. When you purchase a home, typically, that's a 30-year commitment. Even when you buy a car, a lot of car loans are what, 6 or 7 years? A lot's going to happen in 6 or 7 years. A lot's going to happen in 30 years. Buy something that you can afford. And we're going to get into this, I guess, next week when we talk about financial management. We're going to get into that. Because some people, they get a new car every 3 or 4 years. Folks, you're throwing money out of the window. Okay, so we'll talk about some of those topics. Talk about why you should never buy a brand new car. And guess what, folks? Now, everyone in their life wants at least one brand new car. I get it. We all do. But once you've experienced that, throw that out the window because it's not even worth it because you're losing so much money because of the depreciation. You never get that back. So those are some topics that we're going to be talking about. So let me know anything else that you want me to talk about, and we can do that as well. Okay? All right, time for our drawing. So if you're still here, you have to let me know. If you're still here, say here so I can write your name. All right, LaShawna. Okay, LaShawna's here. And I hope you all have Cash App. Janice is here. Janice, I told you I got you. It's hard now. Most of us don't carry cash anymore. Tom is all right. Thomas is here. Reese Cup's here. Reese Cup, you and Janice won last week. All right. Let me get Thomas. Okay, I have Janice. Who else is here? I got to get Reese Cup. Is that it? I have 10 people in here, so someone's snoozing on the job. Who else is here? Is that it? Miss Ray, are you still here? Okay, LaShawna, did I get your name? Yeah, I got LaShawna. Hey, that's okay, Mary. Mary's here. Mary, I know you weren't here when I went over the commentary. Next Sunday, okay. Thank you, Tina. Mary, next Sunday, we're going to be doing the money management. More people said it would be more convenient for them next Sunday. That's what they told me. So I said, okay. And we only have one more setting with the Prince book anyway. And really, no one's watching the videos but you guys that like Prince. So, Mary, I have your name. Who else? Yeah, I have a lot of information with the money management. Mary, we're probably going to have to do it in 2 live chats because it's a lot of information. And just those of you who know you're going to be here next Sunday for that, go ahead and get together some questions. Oh, good, LaShawna. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and get together some questions. And guess what? If I don't know the answer, I can find the answer out for you. All my social media information is at the bottom of each video, and my email address. So you can reach out if I don't know something, because I don't know everything. If I don't know something, I will definitely find it out for you. Who else is here? Did I get everyone? Okay, Mary. Okay. Mary, would you do that for me next Sunday? Because next Sunday we're going to do it. This last 4 or 5 chapters of this book can wait. This information is more important for us to get out. Okay? Especially with these low interest rates. Did I get everyone? All right. Yeah, Thomas. Okay, I will be here next Sunday too if I can. Okay, thank you. All right. Did I get everyone? All right, I have 11 people here, but I only have about 7 names, so I guess someone's sleeping on their job. All right, I'll go ahead and draw Jermaine. Jermaine's here. Let me write Jermaine down. All right, is that it? All right, let's go ahead and start the drawing. All right, I guess I got everybody. I don't know. Reese Cup. Reese, you just won again. Are you still there, Reese? Okay, I guess Reese is still there. Lashana, okay. Jermaine, are you still here? Reese Cup, you're a winner again. All right, I'm gonna pull one more. Mr. Dingle's here. Okay, Jermaine's here too. Mary, are you still here? Mary. Mary, are you here? Those are our 3 winners for the day, folks. Reese Cup, I have your Cash App. Jermaine, I have your Cash App. Mary, where are you, dear? Okay. Mary is sleeping on me again. All right. All right. Mary, I don't think, Mary, you don't have a Cash App. And folks, those of you who have the Cash App, it's so easy. You get your money. Yeah, congratulations to all you winners. Those of you who have Cash App, and even if you don't trust Cash App, there's Zelle, there are other apps you can use. Those of you who have an app, I pay you as soon as I get off the live. Just that quick. The money goes right into your checking account. And even if you don't trust, I was talking to Janice, if you don't trust Cash App, you can put it on your phone, put your information on there, get your money, get paid, and then take it and then delete it. Okay? You don't have to leave it on there, but it is so helpful because most of us aren't carrying cash these days. It is such a help. Okay? All right. Anyone else have any questions? I have my winners this for today. Now, LaShawn, are you going to be here next Sunday? And remember, folks, again, if you know people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, okay, everyone's at a different place. I have it. Janice, come on, get your life together so you can get paid as soon as the live is over, so people don't have to go to a bank and get cash. Okay, LaShauna said, LaShauna, do you have some family members or friends that can benefit as well? The more the merrier, folks. We need to get this information out to people. A lot of people just don't know. All right, Janice, are you going to get your life together? Janice, send me your Cash App. You need to use it so you can get your money immediately. LaShauna, I sure do. I'm a mother of 6. Okay, LaShauna. What about family members? Jermaine, yes, I'll see you. Okay, Jermaine, I'll see you in a little bit, okay? So I'm still gonna pay you Cash App. Jermaine's bringing me some about 8 cases of water. Thomas, thank you, Thomas. Yeah, tell people to join the channel, subscribe. People perish for a lack of knowledge, folks. There's knowledge, and when people are trying to Oh, LaShawn, okay. You have six. Okay, yeah, share it with them. If they're young, the younger they learn it, the better, folks. You know. So what I try to do is share information that I know, and then information I don't know, I try to find out and share it with you guys. Because some of the people that I, read up on, and let's face it, people are busy, and not everyone is it has time to read. People are working. Janice, I can't wait till I see. Yeah, Janice, I'm going to get you, girl. Send me your Cash App information so I don't have to pull out all your teeth. Lashana, I'm definitely yes, Lashana, tell them to join the channel, like, subscribe, comment. I'll be glad to have them. And once we're done with the money management, love you too, Janice. Hey, we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Again, one of my subscribers who's on Twitter, she told me I should talk about the pandemic and depression because that's really affecting a lot of people. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And we could just come on here and talk. And that's why really I like to do a Google Meet or a Zoom. That way we can, I can talk to you. Some of you I know I've seen face to face, some I haven't. It would be a little more personable if we're in a Google Meet or a Zoom meeting. So I can see you, you can see me, and we're all talking. To me, that's just, more personable. So, share the word. Okay. All right. So who has a question? Is that it? Janice, are you going to send me your Cash App info? Rhonda, okay, Rhonda, next week is when we're going to do the financial management tips so that we have more people. We want to, if you will, share that, Rhonda, on Facebook with your family and friends so we can have more people, so we can get the information out. That would be great, okay? All right. Who has questions? Yeah, and even if you think of a question once we're off the live. All right, Janice, what's wrong with you? I didn't pull your teeth out yet. Even if when we get off the live, okay. All right, Ron, I got you. If you have a question, email me or leave it in the comment section. I check my comment section every day. Okay. So the more the merrier. Okay. All right. So keep that in mind. And all right. Janice, are you okay? Rhonda. Okay, Rhonda, I see you. Rhonda, we've already done the drawing for the day. Okay. All right. Guess I'll stop it so I don't get thrown in YouTube jail. All right, for copyright infringement. All right. Yes, Reese Cup, he was talented. Yeah, this is one of the songs. This is my all-time. If you ask me a top 3 favorite Prince songs, this is up there. This is up there. It really is. Mary, did you Google and do your research and see you weren't born? Oh my God, long time ago. All right, folks. I will let you go. I don't want to keep you the entire Sunday. Get the word out for next Sunday at 4:00. Okay. Lashana, this is my first time here. Thanks for letting me into your group. I have to get ready to start dinner. I hope you all. Oh yeah, Lashana, great to have you. Hey, like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you're here next Sunday at 4. Okay. Email me if you have any questions, anything you want me to cover. Just email me. Okay. You have a blessed night as well. Okay. All right, folks, if you don't have anything else for me, I'm going to let you go because some of you have to go to work tomorrow and some of you have to go to school. Okay, thank you, Lashana. Okay. Um, so everyone be safe. We're still in a pandemic, so wear your mask just to be safe. All right. Because I want all of you here next Sunday at 4 o'clock. Oh, Reese Cobb, you are in our age group. Good. So me, you, Janice. Let me see. I don't know how old Shauna is. I think she's gone. Tina. See, Jermaine's not old enough. Thomas, I don't know how old Thomas is. But about 3 or 4 of you are in my age group. So some of you remember. Those of you who won the cash prize today, I'm getting ready to pay you right now. Janice, if you will send me your Cash App information, you can receive all of your money today. I promise. So Reese and, oh yeah, Mary. Hey, Audra. Okay. Hey, yeah, we're just finishing up. Henry, share with your children and their friends next Sunday, 4 o'clock. Some of my subscribers said they wanted to do it next Sunday. So I said, okay, we just got covered 4 more chapters of this book, and we're almost done with the book anyway. So share it so that as many young people as possible can get this info. Next Sunday, 4 o'clock. Yeah, please, like you did before. You did a great job, Ian, and I appreciate you. And let everyone know because we got to get this information out to the people. Mary, email me. Let me know how I can pay you because I don't have your Cash App. Are you gonna, Mary? You can text me or email me, okay? So I can get you your money, okay? Like we did before. All right, and I'll let you guys go. Henry, get the info out. Mary, I'm counting on you to get the info out. Janice, get the info out and give me the Cash App. All right, love you guys. I enjoyed spending time with you. So be safe and stay away from sick people. That's my advice for the day. Take care.